All right, what's good, everybody? What's good? Sorry about the late live stream. I always try to live stream on Sundays, try to get one in at some point. As you see behind me, we've been real busy this past couple days, and today was a pretty packed day just to get this thing in the garage here today. So bear with me as I'm. So mic check, video check. We're all good to go. We'll keep rolling here. So tonight we're going to be doing a live stream. Pretty much, well, what's next for the Trooper Coupe behind me. We're going to talk some small block Ford tech and a 387 update. And of course, I'm always over here answering any questions that you guys might have. So hopefully chat doesn't screw up here. I'm not seeing it update. Yo, what's up, Neo? Okay. Let's see it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So at some point, StreamYard likes to have a lot of latency. So I apologize if I answer you guys' questions. Like if you have any questions or talk in chat, sorry if it comes up a little bit late. But big shout out to my guys in green. Those are my channel members. If you're curious about what that's all about, check out the join button. Appreciate everybody who has been part of the channel for all these years. Wow. What's up, Lou? It's good to see you, brother. Hope everything's good over your way. What's up, Timmy Two Wires? Good to see you. Broken Tool Garage, MF Customs. Good to see you guys. Anyways, like I said, I'm sorry it's a late live stream. Like I said, behind us is the Trooper Coupe. We finally got it home in one piece. Big shout out to McBride Racing for finishing the car up. If you're just now here joining the channel, don't know what this car is all about. Legitimately, we started building on an SSP that ended up being kind of a pretty whooped ass coupe, to be honest with you. Once we got it up on the frame rack, car was twisted. I mean, it had been in an accident in the beginning, in the front. I pretty much saved this car. Like, there's just no way that car would have been straight at all, at any way, shape, or form. So I'm happy that I was able to actually save one for us. We're going to do some good things with this car. We ended up, like I said, big shout out to McBride Racing for getting the car straight as possible. Probably a lot more straight than my other cars even are. And, we're pretty much at ground zero. I'm always talking here on the channel, when you go to build your shit, like, your Fox bodies, you should always really consider doing some of the, some of the support stuff first. And that's really where we started with the coupe. Instead of just putting a motor in it, and a transmission and a big axle, fuel system, whatever, we actually started where people don't normally start their builds. And it's like, Team Z came on board and they said, what do you need? And I'm going to need a cage. I'm going to need, an axle support, a whole supporting axle set, like, the bracings and stuff, upper lower control arms. And then you ended up putting, aftermarket upper lower torque boxes in it. I mean, the car was pretty whooped. But we ended up, with the help with McBride Racing, we ended up getting this car pretty much back to square for the most part, considering the car was in an accident and decommissioned like 30 years ago. So, but yeah, we saved one there. I mean, like I said, I might have got a hell of a deal on that car, some 6 months ago, as you guys remember on the channel. But that was in a lot worse shape than we had thought structurally. And, Steve McBride Sr. is a race fabrication instructor at a tech school. So he deals with this stuff all day. And, he just was like, bro, he kept telling me, I kept getting bad phone calls. It's just like, this is bent, or that's not right, or this is not right, or this isn't square. And, so I appreciate his expertise and time with making sure that the car would be straight, because in the end, we plan on going 150, 160, 170 in this car. And I want to know that, I know the cage is only started right now at an 850, but, we want to have to take the car back and get a funny hoop in it. And, we want to be, those are good problems to have when especially for a stick shift car. So I'm super excited to bring this here to the channel. It's just like, this is where I started. And, I could have done a lot of that stuff myself, but I'm going to leave that stuff to the professionals, with Steve McBride Sr. being a tech And Steve Jr. being one of the best welders in Northeast Ohio, it was kind of a no-brainer at that point. You paid the people for their profession. So, Jake, what's up, Neo? Got a question for you. What would cause a cluster lights to turn off and on and all the gauges to stop working when headlights turn on? It sounds like you got either a ground issue or you got a wiring issue on one of your on your dash harness. Might be something you want to check into or whatever. I appreciate that, Lou. Black Coupe, baby. What's up, Ford Matt 77? Good to see you, brother. Matt Bishop, big supporter of the channel, man. I appreciate you stopping in. Fat Boy Fox, you got your package? Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't email you back. Everybody should have got their banners and their packages by now. We will probably give away a couple banners maybe later on. Those things run like, I don't know. I didn't realize how expensive first class was and how expensive. Like I have a freaking Priority and a UPS account, and it was just like I couldn't believe how much a pound, 1.2 pound envelope was like $10 to ship. It's ridiculous. It is what it is. Chassis upright, way to do it, but that never goes as planned. Yeah, so that's actually a good topic. Your build never really, like when you're trying to build your Foxbody or even any car at that, it could be a G body, F body, I don't care, Cobra. The build never goes as planned. I thought I had the cat by the tail here. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this, and we'll upgrade that later. We'll do that later. We'll do this later. We'll get the car, pretty much on wheels, start hanging panels. I'm super excited to even have it sitting behind me, but it never goes as planned, and like, again, big shout to, Team Z for being part of the channel this year. I told them, like, we got a really bad upper torque box problem. They took care of us. And then Steve's like, no, man, these lowers are bad. So, and they took care of us as well, all in the same shot. So I'm just proud to be able to rep, a company like Team Z and their products. They're just amazing. Dan, did you get that gas? Oh, yes. So big shout to Lloyd. I appreciate, he sent me a $25 check for some diesel money to go from one event to the other. Man, I appreciate you for sending that, man. Thank you so much, Lloyd. Picked up, let me catch up here in chat. See, like I said, sometimes the chat is like, it has a latency to it on the StreamYard, the third party program that we go live with, and sometimes it just comes up and like, what is the plan for that car? So guys, if you guys are curious to see what we're doing with No Prep and follow, and you don't see it in my videos a lot, I want you to go check out Steve's channel here, Stripper Glitter Media. He does a lot of the YouTube stuff. I do share a lot of his stuff on Facebook. I want you guys to go check this stuff out. Steve does a very good job editing. It's a no bullshit, very engaging video with music. And I've talked about this before. It's just pass after pass after pass, and some of the funny stuff that happens. It's great video. It's great content. I don't know how the dude doesn't have 50 or 100,000 subscribers. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's probably some of the best editing and some of the best stuff you're going to see. So anyways, what we plan on doing with the Coupe, to be honest with you, Steve, is, it's not much different than what we're going to actually, what we've been doing with the white car, except this car is going to probably be about 400 or 500 pounds, 600 pounds lighter. We're going to be putting the 363 that we have hidden in my black car, which brings us to the 387 update, which we did the piston, the valve clearance thing with the motor. So that's coming out very soon. We got all these turbos that we've had rebuilt and all these things that are coming in, into the channel that I got to get caught up on. Just race schedule this year, this race schedule right now, we're in like the meat of the schedule. We just raced 3 weeks in a row. We got a week off this week, so we're going to be tearing the top end of the white car apart so we could have it ready for Magnolia at 26th of August. Then we got a third race, we got a 9th race, we got a 16th race, and then we're on to NMRA. So we got a lot of shit going on here in the channel, and I know some of you guys don't really kind of get the race part of the channel, but I can assure you it's enjoying. You can follow along with us as we struggle to, when we break, build, repeat, all that shit. So we're going to build it pretty much the same way, Steve. Like front side quarter mile. So the way I want to set the Coupe up with what's the plans for the Coupe is I want to be able to take the, the AFCOs have a really good, they have a wide variety of adjustments that you can do it. So I'm going to set the suspension up so I can do most of the no prep like my white car does and be pretty successful. And I want to be able to change the car up and go to a radial. So I want to be able to have the, with it being a lighter weight car, it's going to be a little bit, less stressful on a lot of my driveline parts. So it should be, it should be something interesting. I don't know really what to expect, except the fact that I know it's going to go a little bit faster just because it's lighter weight. Brock, appreciate the $20 super sticker, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. And congratulations on your Malwood clutch pedal assembly. Brock was one of the guys that won. He's also a channel member here. He's one of the guys that won the Malwood hydraulic clutch pedal assembly. So we will be doing a Fox Days of Christmas as well this year. I'm probably not going to do 35 gifts like we did last time, but we'll start talking about it now. I will get a hold of some of my companies. Probably do a good 12 gifts or something. I don't know. I think they're going to be pretty, hopefully they're going to be pretty good gifts for you guys on here on the channel. So it'll be like the third year in a row for us doing it. So what's up, Thomas? What's up, Scott? Nathan Tuck in the house. Good to see you, my man. I ain't seen you in a while. Got my 402 Windsor started today. Phase distributors, phase adjustable rotors, fired right up. New Holly EFI. Nice. Can't wait for some nitrous. So what would a 402 Windsor be? Like, I know 408. So 402, what is that? A stock bore 408 type stuff? I love the racing parts of the video, man. I appreciate that, dude. What's up, winner chicken dinner? How you doing, Gabe? So this past weekend, if you guys haven't been following the channel, we'll get back into talking about the Coupe here in a second and the 387. And if you guys have any tech questions, just hit me up in the chat. But we did go to a no prep event this past weekend. So big shout out to Stripper Glitter and D Team for putting on yet another amazing event. Guys, we're just freaking spoiled here in Ohio. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Just to have a company that can put on these, these events and have the staff to staff it, people that are, good people that like the no prep. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're in the surrounding states and you're trying to get into a little bit, or even just come to the experience, the no prep, stuff, we're like literally in the mecca of it all. And it's like, we're pretty spoiled to have, a company that can, go around to all of our tracks here in Ohio and actually put on events like that, Magnolia, pacemakers. And of course it's 8th Mile stuff. And it's, super appreciative to be able to have found like something to do with my cars. Cause I got so tired of it for like 10 years. All we would make is like, YouTube, content on us beating the shit out of our cars on like a test and tune night. And for what? And it's just like, I'll adjust this and I'll make a video about that. And, I'll go this fast and make a video about that. And then we'll push this stock block bottom end bullshit. And we'll go this fast. And that's all good. But sometimes it's good to be competitive and actually have purpose. And, I'm super appreciative. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Definitely something I highly recommend, at least trying once, giving it a shot. Almost 30K subscribers. We're going to do a 30K burnout. Well, I just did one burnout this past week. I put it up here on the short videos, but hell yeah, I'll do one. I'll do one in the, I'll do a burnout probably in the black car. So hopefully my my axle doesn't go boom. What's up, Garrett? It's good to see you, man. Second Shift Racing in the house. You guys get a chance to check out his channel. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. That's what I had thought, Sam. Smurfit Sandy's in the house. What I missed? Been out celebrating. Yeah, so happy anniversary to Cousin Paul and Smurfit Sandy today. It is their, I don't know, what is it? It's had to have been at least 12, 13 years. Something like that, ain't it? Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys. Ford Guy Mike. Yo, Neo, what kind of smoke machine do you use when you do vacuum leaks? We got one over at the dyno shop. I don't even know the brand of it. I'm going to be honest with you. I probably used it twice. I'm not going to lie to you. What's up, Super Dave? Good to see you tonight, man. I appreciate it. Sorry, guys. I'm live. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm late, actually. This is a normal time for us to be live streaming. And, I like to bring content to the channel. I'm just glad to be here. I'm just dragging my ass to get here. I spent all day or half a day getting the Coupe home. Then I went, obviously you always got to, I talk about it on the channel with the family, trying to balance family and time and money and work and hobbies and shit. And it's one of them days, Sunday, I didn't get to sleep till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We didn't get home from racing till late because of the rain, which you guys will see. If you check out Stripper Glitter's video that I just told you, matter of fact, here, what I'd like to do is just go ahead and, link the video. But, we didn't get home till late because the damn rain. It didn't stop us, though. That's for sure. You know what I mean? It didn't stop us. We had to wait a while, to get the, to let the rain pass. And then, of course, it was a back half of the track. So it was a little bit rough. But I want you guys to check out this video or go subscribe to Steve over on, the Stripper Glitter. Did that link even come up? Yeah. So it's okay. You guys should be able to click that link, right? Yeah. So yeah, Brutal did do a video on how to make your own smoke machine too. So any tips on emergency brake handle install? Be honest with you, Nathan Tuck, I'm not going to even lie to you. I'm basically changing the cables because the cables are stretched. They're always stretched. And there's this little bracket that goes underneath of the e-brake that's usually pretty bent and rotted out. So you want to check that out. When we check our e-brakes, it's always the clicks. There's like a safety pin, and then you come down and make sure it actually clicks down into place or it's wore out or whatever. So there's a number of things to check. So backside bounty rained out in Knoxville. So anyways, we didn't get home. So you guys didn't race at all, Gabe? I guess down south of Ohio, they didn't race at all, but we actually were lucky because we were able to actually race with like the storm, like moved away from like Northeast Ohio, and we were able to get it in. I mean, we had a driver meeting at like 8 o'clock at night. We didn't have a big car field. It scared a lot of people off. So, we still had a good time. There were 6 stick shift cars, and I pretty much drove myself out of the damn competition. It kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hang on a second. Let me plug my. Do I have room to plug it in? I don't. I want to present it. Let me see if I can't grab my cable and present this. I'm going to have to use my actual. I'm going to have to use my laptop. I'm going to try to copy and paste some of this stuff over. Yeah, I'll just use my laptop here. So anyways, we only had 9 cars on Friday, small count. So that was kind of the scenario we had this past weekend as well. It just, we didn't have, anything, anybody that, they didn't want to come out and fare the weather, unfortunately. Tips on finding parasitic draw. Fuse from dome lights drain battery when in. Remove it and it's fine. Any idea what else could cause power for fuse? Sun visors. 100% sun visors. You want to make sure that your lights aren't on in the sun visors because they like to creep on. Your rear hatch bulb in the back. If your little white hatch switch isn't actually functioning correctly, it could be causing the light to come on and off intermittently. So that's another thing that was a problem. I don't ever use hatch light no more. I don't even use sun visor light no more just because of the parasitic draw. You're going to get shit. Your glove box light sometimes will stick and that light will actually come on. It's happened before. My local track's annual Pro Stick V-Dub race on Saturday, usually around 50 stick cars and a ton of V-Dubs, and everyone's close by. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get in here. Right. Hang on a second, folks. Come back to chat. Love the intro. Yeah, so Stripper Glitter's got some really good content for no prep. If you guys are ever curious about checking that stuff out. He the video is not, some of his uncaged video was sick. I mean, it was like 20 minutes long, and he could only put small tire on there because there was just so many competitors at that event. It was wonderful. I'm always trying to promote. I always enjoy, people that take their time to edit and bring content to the community, because it's just fun. You know what I mean? It's good to have a following, and I appreciate everybody who's here tonight, that's following us right now. All right, hold on a minute. All right. So I got some photos here. I'm going to some videos that I can show you guys if you guys want to see it. Mm-hmm. Give me a second here. What the hell's going on here? I hate having to use the actual keyboard. Oh boy. All right, hang on a second, guys. I'm trying to show you guys. Yeah, I'm failing at life right now. So, what's up, Allie May? I see you there. I appreciate you coming in. All right, there's that one. All right, let's go back to the other folder. Hang on, I'm gonna show you guys some stuff. I actually have to. I got so many things plugged into my USBs that I actually have to use the like finger pad or whatever you call that thing. All right, we should be good now. All right. All right, there we go. All right, sorry about that. Anyways, I am back. Instead of staring at the damn Allie May in the house, I figured why I stopped by and say, hey, Joe says hello. How we doing, Joe? How we doing, Allie? Ford man, I appreciate the $20 super sticker, man. Thanks for supporting the channel tonight. I'm sorry, I had a little bit of technical difficulties there for a second, so let's see if this actually works. So we had like I said, we had a no prep last night. I'm going to show you some of, which one is this? Oh, that's the big tire one. Uh-huh. Why is it showing the old stuff? I don't know. That was the finals. So this was my first. This is my first round last night, which I red lit. You take the L, man. You know what I mean? But normally we do a lot better than this. But I made a clutch adjustment yesterday, and I had new tires, and I was pretty much on the clutch to try to get a good 60 on Cody, which Cody Hartman ended up actually winning the whole event. And and you can see how close it was. Yeah. If I could ever get to my screen. So Chris changed his game up a little bit, which is the flagger, Chris Lane. And you can see the light. I was already in motion when the light, you can see my red, you see my tack. It was lit. I was like, come on, man. The light. So I already knew at that point that I pretty much, I walked quite a bit, probably almost a foot. This is like true street racing right here. I mean, that track was wet. But 3 of the 6 stick shift cars yesterday actually red lit. Not really trying to jump the light, but I think this is the shutdown area, so it was kind of going downhill a little bit, and it didn't help that I was on the clutch. Like I said, you can see my tack was on red light for like a good couple seconds, and then I had already rolled into it. Still ran a pretty good draggy there, back half, but it is what it is. Cody ended up getting the win because of the jump, so big shout to Cody. Did you guys did that? Where is it? Happens, yeah. So that was the first round. Second round, we ended up having a good fun grudge race between me and Joe. Joe's been working really hard on this car, and it's okay. I show it, Allie. Does Joe care? So for $20 is $20, right? And Joe beat us last week at Uncaged, and this was just actually Joe ended up jumping as well on his race, and we were both sitting there watching the film, and we both were just looked at each other. I was like, well, I kind of want to make another pass. Is there any testing tune? And usually they try to give a little bit, keep the track hot or whatever, but it was kind of a low car count. So they were like, well, why don't you guys just grudge race? I was like, you want to race for $20? He's like, yeah, let's just go race. So we had some good time and we got some good data. So this was, me and Joe going down the track, good friend of mine. He's got the Patina 86 410 Windsor blow through carb turbo build. So you guys seen it maybe here in the shorts or whatever. But I'm just kind of going on. We'll go back into talking about the coupe here in a second. I was just kind of showing you my weekend. I like to show this stuff off. So we had Lizer. James Lizer is the flagger here. He's actually the guy who runs the D team, the stripper glitter. I love the back half stuff, man. This stuff is just legit. I came through in third there. So that was a pretty good little race. So McBride Racing actually helped build this car in the left lane with Joe. So I want to make a big shout to, to Steve and Steve Jr. They put a lot of effort and work into that coupe to get it where it's at with Joe. So they've been, shaking this car down. It's probably got 150 passes on that car, but that car was 620s last week on the back half and uncaged. So this track this week there was no 620s. So, anyways, yeah. So that's what happened this weekend with those two races. Like I said, I kind of red lit myself out of the equation. And last but not least was the actual finals, which I want to say, I'm trying to find it here in a second here. Yeah, so here's the finals. I'm going to show this. Big shout to John Kinter and for working his way through the field, and Cody for first is worst, Scott. First is worst. So this was the finals, and you'll see this stuff in my video. So in the left lane, you got Cody Hartman with the he has a 427 stick shift T56 mag pro charged SN95. Car's super fast. He back halves 125 plus. And then you got John Kinter in the right lane. Well, seasoned veteran, great guy, NMRA guy, old school. Pretty much, guys. This car in the right lane, the red car is, is a 347. I think he said it's a 347 naturally aspirated car. There's no power adder in that car, and you're about to see this car. His car gets down. John Kinter. I mean, this is the second time he's been in the finals this year. The first time was Mags back in May, but his car gets down. He beat me last year at Pacemakers in October, so it's no joke. And he's got a Coyote motor sitting at home, if I remember correctly. It's a good run. Yeah, this is the back. This is the shutdown. This was like where you come through at the trap. So it was pretty cool to actually race right here. I'm really digging this. This back of the track stuff. Anyways, that's what happened this weekend. There was only a 6-car field. I was hoping for 10, 12, 15 of them. I got to update the actual points, but I think right now Cody's in the lead for the T56 Magnum giveaway because we're giving that box away. What we ended up doing was for the Stripper Glitter D Team 10. I think it's 10 race event season for their schedule. If you guys are new to that, we decided in collaboration with Tremick and Mike Kidd to go ahead and give away a T56 on a point series. So we're also going to be giving away a trophy on some of the broke ass stick shift parts I got sitting over there. So anyways, back to the Coupe, guys. I hope you guys enjoy that little presentation stuff. Got some cool stuff. I got a cool video coming up that shows a lot of just us screwing around and the experience and having some fun, just being there in the atmosphere for no prep or whatever. What's up, Lamar? Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you stopping in. You should dabble in some no prep. I tell everybody, especially in the stick shift class, just in the hard tire class, which are kind of niche, if you can get down on a decent, street night, I would suggest maybe trying some of the front half stuff. Back half stuff, your car's got to be set up a little bit different than normally. I definitely have to turn the car down quite a bit to get the thing to go down the back half. Because if you put too much power, you're just going to sit there and it's like driving on ice. So yeah, back half is your jam for sure. We found that out in a hurry, Gabe. Bam, I rode down in stick shift Nats earlier this year. Was a buddy racing at Piedmont. High humidity. I was miserable just watching it. Leaves are changing here. Uh-oh. Don't say that. You're at bat on small block budget builds. Much love. I appreciate that, John Jackson. Appreciate the love, man. Nice race. But what happens when I embarrass you with a Tesla 2 baby seats in the back? Yeah, that's not. That's funny. Yeah, Turbo John always has great videos. I've been watching Turbo John for a long time. So anyway, so the Coupe, once again, yeah, we got a lot of work to do, Gabe, on the Coupe. He's been a bunch of Teslas. Yeah, we have. I guess he doesn't watch the channel, that son. I can't wait to see the progression of the Coupe. Well, next we're going to be doing some dry ice. We're going to be, this is a big build sheet. And to be honest with you, it's going to be, a constant progress. I kind of, having a third car here to be, funding for that matter, it's going to definitely be a hindrance, on the old pocket. But we're going to definitely, like I said, we're going back to budget with the black Mustang. It just fits. We're going back to budget with the black Mustang. We're still going to race it a little bit, but not too often. And, it's going to have the 387 that we're going to be bringing a lot of content. A lot of people are interested in that. And, it's going to be a good build. The 363s, the sky's the limit. We got a really good turbo kit, which you guys follow the channel knows it's on the been talking to Precision. We're going to be actually selling our 76, 75 ball bearing, like the one we just got back. So we're going to probably be, I just had this one rebuilt, the one that actually was in the white car. So we're going to be probably selling that and going with an 8080 for the Coupe behind us. Speaking of having it turn it down, are you planning on running? No. A9L is a thing of the past for the Coupe. We're going to be stepping into tuning with Terminator X. The goal with the Coupe is to have a 3-gear stick shift with a scramble button, not a CO2, but a scramble button. So we want to, we'll probably gear it 331. We'll go a 266 faceplate T56 mag. Actually, I think the 297 would work, but I think the gear ratio is too short. So I think a 266 with a 331, it'll come out of the hole a little bit lazy, but that's okay. I'll have the scramble to go 1, 2, 3 on the 8th mile. And then I punch 4th and I could come through with a scramble as well for a quarter. So the goal is to have a scramble button. What's up, Dano? It's Roy. What's up, Roy? It's good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a while. You're crazy for taking on a third build, but I love. Hey, I'm going to be taking some of the stuff. We've had this T56, this extra T56 sitting on the ground for a long time, and it's just like I need to just sell it or use it. So we got a swap already for it. We got an engine for it already, right? That's what only makes sense. I got a Terminator X already. I got another fuel system or a majority of a fuel system. So it only made sense. Like the only thing that I really needed to buy, I got the rear strange brakes and I got the RC comp wheels. I had a lot of this stuff already. So what we want to do is make the Coupe have all the really good parts that I have on the channel. We'll have the white car here over on the side that we can still enjoy. Maybe bring it back to street a little bit more. Have the black car that's my budget build. Like everything, we got the TKX pushing the limits of that car. It's literally got its heater box in it still. So there's different flavors. Having more than one Foxbody in the channel gives people more enjoyment to follow the channel in different varieties and stuff. So I'm always curious about building a Coupe and how light I could get it, how fast we could get it, because having a 3,000-pound Foxbody is not bad, but whew, you ain't telling me nothing. I got twin boys. I got you. What do you say? I'm on a bad divorce lawyer budget. Yeah, so that's what we're hoping. There's a lot of content here on the channel this Coupe build's going to give us. It's going to, with the 387 going down in the black car, going back to budget, I get the motor. We're not going to do any binary editor on the black car. We're getting rid of all the old stock wiring. We're going Terminator X. So we have the inputs. We might even go to a Dominator later on down the road, but we'll see what we get to. I want to be able to drive this car on a radio prep. a sticky track or on a back half and do, and do fairly well on all of them with all the adjustments. I mean, having the upper and lower having the upper lower control arms and the upper and lower boxes all fully adjustable, it allows me to get down on some shit with this car. So I'll be able to make adjustments and figure it out. You guys see what I'm saying? So with coilovers, with AFCOs, and all the adjustments I can make on the shock settings, all the adjustments I can make on the chassis, there's a lot of things that I could do with this car in its current form when we start getting down, making some power. I don't think we need to make 4-digit power to make this car be very, work very well. I think I would, drive myself out of a lot of competition if I started making 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 wheel. I don't think that's my goal. I never thought, I've always told everybody is like, don't make, you got to build a car around your horsepower and utilize it. And that's pretty much what we did with the white car. So I want to kind of replicate that in the black car, make 800, 900 wheel, maybe 1,000 on some sort of kill. Let's just get there. Let's get it running first. And we'll worry about how much horsepower we make later. It's going to work. You see what I mean? It's going to work, but it's not going to be 110% efficient right off the bat. So it's going to be a transition. It's got a lot of content involved with it that spawns over to the black car as well. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Neo, now you got a notch. Everybody's going to think, no, absolutely not. I saved this notchback, guys. This thing was in terrible shape. How can you find out if a T56 mag has a short or long first? So they only make 2 T56 mags. They make a 297 first and a 266 first. So they call it a wide ratio, close ratio. The wide ratio is a 297 first. It has a real tight gear pattern, 1, 2, 3, not pattern, but gear ratio. And then there's a big gear drop between 3 and 4. I made a mistake earlier in my career of buying 2 297s and having one face plated that I ruined the second gear in, thinking that there was a natural transition between all 4 gear ratios. But I'm here to tell you guys, if you're going to buy a T56 Magnum, get a 266 and put a rear gear in your car. It's easier to put a gear in your car in the rear than changing a transmission because you screwed up and got the wrong gear ratio. So 297, there's nothing wrong with the 297, but a majority of the folks out there should get, if you're thinking about getting a T56, racing with it, just doing the swap, NA, whatever, get a 266 first gear. You'll thank me later because you'll be able to put a 410 or a 373 in the back, and it's a lot cheaper to change a gear than it is to change a transmission. And it's a nice even 1, 2, 3, 4 shift versus my 297 wide ratios. Like, I'm in third gear, and if you watch my videos, I'm in third gear by 300 feet. 400 feet, 500, 550 feet, I'm hitting fourth gear, and I got a huge gear to run through. So would love you to make the Coupe a badass small tire and run. Yeah. I would like to run a little bit of small tire. The goal with this Coupe is to be able to be somewhat competitive in the small tire class with a stick shift car. Like, I'm not going to get, those small tire cars, no prep are going 490s and 50s and 510s. That's crazy fast. But if I could go some rounds on a stick shift car and small tire, that would be kind of a win for me. If you don't mind swinging the extra money, HP or Dominator is a nice upgrade. You can data log without the laptop in those. So that's what I was thinking too. We got 3 Terminator X's that we were going to put in our cars. And I'm thinking maybe I'll just sell one and just fund a, like I'm about to do this turbo. So I don't think I'm even going to take this turbo out of the box. It's brand new. That's a ball bearing 7675. And I'm just going to take whatever money I get from this and put it towards the 8080 that Dennis Tarney over at Precision says that they have possibly for me. And I think that turbo would work out a lot better on my Coupe build than running a smaller turbo like I'm doing on my 410. So can't wait to see the weight of this thing. So yeah, we're going to keep it light, guys. I mean, I've learned, if there's one thing I've learned from my buddy Tony Palatano, is light is might, bro. Light is might. And I'm going to make sure that, we're going to try to make this Coupe. It's going to go through its stages of, let's get it built. Let's get it right. Let's get it rolling. And then we're going to start cutting back some more weight. And I mean, it's going to look efficient though. I got to have my seats. I got to have a rear seat delete, carpet, dash, console. I got to look street. You know what I mean? For the most part. I know under the hood it's got a tubular front end, but that's because the damn thing was in an accident. So it was all twisted up in the front anyways. Would you consider Lincoln LSC Foxbody? I don't know. I think is that considered like a new edge or something? Or not new edge, but like an SN? It's crazy how light that coupe was in your video. Yeah, so we're going to actually revisit that, Roy. I won a Dominator from Boosted GT in a raffle a few months back, but I haven't used it yet. So trade me a Terminator X and some money. With me in it, maybe that weight, Bama, but the goal is to get the coupe to 2350, 2400 and still look full-ish. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't need to put on it. I'm not going to be putting the rear seat in. I'm going to do a nice delete, I think Scott Rod Fabs has like a nice delete. That's real light. I think that looks really clean. We're still going to put the plastics in it. That doesn't weigh shit. You know, I'm still going to make it look legit. You know what I mean? You know, but it's going to be a purposely built street strip car. What's the power potential for the coupe? I'm guessing, no, we're going to make 800. I think 800 is the goal on medium boost, no timing, E85 pump gas, fuel, whatever you want to call it. I think 800 is the goal. At 2,400 pounds, the car's going to move. It's going to, you know, get 800 to work for me at that weight level. And maybe we'll start turning the car up, but, you know, baby steps, because I'm not shooting for a big horsepower number so I can hang my hat on a 4-digit number. I don't give a shit about that. I care about making my car work for me, getting down the track, and maybe just making it competitive and winning some money doing it. I mean, it's like this race, you know, racing is like, you know, you'll spend $10,000 to win a couple races that only give you 15 or $2,000. But it's there's something about taking somebody else's money that's in the respect that's I don't know. Call me crazy. To some people, the respect's worth more than the money. What's up, Hamlin and Motorsports in the house? Yeah, all my motors are zero balance, Jimmer. Agree. SN95, the torque box is for adjustability. I only have adjustable points on the lower fab 9-inch. Yeah, so that's going to be huge for me. You know, doing the upper and lower adjustable torque boxes on this car with the upper lower spherical lower control arms, I'm going to have so much adjustability that I can mess with this car. I can get that tire planted in the back by changing, because each click in the upper, I think what Steve McBride Sr. was telling me is each click in the upper control boxes or upper torque box, whatever adjustments, each click is 100 thousandths that you can change the actual kind of like instant center, if that makes any sense. So I got to try to do a lot of math. If I'm going to go radial prep, then I'm going to want to change my instant center or anti-squat line. I want to try to get even or above it if I want to come up on a radial and go faster for like a time or something. But obviously, if I want to do like a back half or a no prep, I'm going to want to be below the anti-squat line so I can get a lot of weight to transfer. So we're going to hang weight from it too if we need it. It's going to be a fun car, man. It's going to be all the stuff that I've learned from my cars over the years, and it's just going to be perfected into one lighter weight car. Neo, show us the goods behind you. You're teasing us. It's coming in the video. It's coming. My 287 first gear requires 5 to 6K RPMs not to bog out of the hole. I would just gear the rear axle up. 287, you must be talking about the TKX. I'd even on stick shift car, I'd run a 410 on that car. Keep up the content, man. I see you, man. Thanks, Jimmer. Thanks for stopping in. What's in the box? What, that one? It's a brand new turbo. What's pushing a high 8? I'm going to be honest with you. I want to be pushing my cage cert right off the bat. Hopefully. Kind of like the mother uppers. Twin in, damn it. What's that? Yeah, the TKX 355s. I would definitely gear that up, SN. You shouldn't have to leave that hard. I have a 325 first gear in my G-Force 101 with 3,200 pounds. NA, it works for me. The NMRA Coyote classes seem to run the same. Yeah. Sounds about right. So that's where we're at with the Coupe. I'd like to show you guys, but I can't really. I don't have the extension on the camera. But we do need to hang some panels. Can I have what's in the box? No. We do have a whole bunch of stuff over there. We got to start hanging panels on. Like, we're gonna have full weight doors for now. I don't think we're gonna do the optic armor stuff. We'll wait for all that stuff. I mean, even though the back glass looks like ass, it is what it is. But 387. So talking about the 387, you guys can continue asking me, tech questions. If you got any questions or questions about the Coupe, I can help you with. You on Brutal's channel? Yeah, I've been good friends with Brutal for a long time. He's probably here in chat somewhere. Hit me up, dog. What is this? What are you putting for an engine in it? 363 stroker. We have if you follow the channel, you know we got a 363 stroker in my black car. My black GT, my black hatch GT. So we built a budget 387 sitting over here. We need to get put down in that. Like I said, that might get pushed off a little bit though, guys. We went with Super Dave. We went with the Tricklow 170s. Probably not the best build, but we went with what we had. And, just so happens, these fell in our lap, and we think that having the twisted wedge design on the engine will help with the valve clearance. Guys, if you're thinking about building a 387 here from what we've done on the channel, I can tell you the one thing that you should probably consider is just building a 393. And the reason why I tell you that is the biggest PETA with building the 387 was the damn piston. Because it was a Foxbody stock piston, there was a pain in the ass not only to clearance the valve, but you had to fly cut the pistons. I mean, I guess that's not really that big of a deal, but it's a lot of take it apart and put it back together and take it apart and put it back together. The nice thing about the 393 is it's the same exact build, same rod, same crank, except you can actually choose a piston that you want. So you can actually buy like a cheap forged Wiseco and or Summit that's actually got a nice dish in it to bring the compression down, or have a good valve relief, so you could run pretty much whatever cylinder head you want. The 387 really kind of limited we were kind of really limited on what cylinder head we could go with. The Trick Flows, we think with their twisted wedge design, we can get away with the actual without fly cutting the pistons, but that's here to be said still. So you ever upgrading the turbo and getting away? Yep. We just talked about that, Mohammed. Fast is fast. Tussin cuts so much out of his cars, I worry about him driving. It's good to watch old Tuss bang the gears, bro. What engine management are you running in the SSP? Terminator X. Are you going to freshen up the 363 before it goes in the Coupe? Probably not. That motor, all that motor needs is a bigger turbo. We will change. I will go to the short. I do like the short travel hydro lifters. So we will be upgrading the lifters. We just checked the cylinder heads and they're fine. All the springs are good. So the 363 is going to stay pretty much the same. We are, like I said, going to change the lifters and change the valve train adjustment. We're going to retorque the heads, clean the motor up. We're going to put a different damn oil pan on it because they always leak. But whatever. But it's going to go in, and I'm not really even going to bother even freshening up. I don't even think that motor is going to be at 800 wheel to the potentiality of that motor. We're not even going to be leaning on it. That motor's got like a 1,500 horsepower rating, and it was just rebuilt a couple years ago and hasn't really been beat on at all. It's just been put in the black car and driven around for the most part. So Okay, guys, it's time to listen up. What Neo's telling you, if anybody knows, this man knows. I appreciate that, man. DSS economy pistons around $300 or $400, 1600 pin height, works good. Yep. So there you have it. Any carb guys in here? I run a 950 Braswell. Wow. What motor you got in that thing, Matt? So, like I said, the 387, you know, and this is something that, you know, from actual experience, you know, if you want to build the 387, I mean, that's a great. It's super budget. If you got some mechanic skills to build an engine, I would, you know, you could try it. I actually had a guy here on the channel that follows the channel who actually beat me to it. His name is Kyle Dennis. He's probably sitting here in chat somewhere. But Kyle he actually runs the shit out of the motor right now. He's been running it for a while. But he checks in every once in a while and lets me know how the engine's doing. But he built the exact same engine we did with the Foxbody pistons and clearancing the old block and, you know, the rods and just buying the cheap crank and whatever. And he had it balanced. But he beat the absolute snot out of that motor is what he told me. So he says he's doing really well with it. So I'm curious to see an update on that. I love my carb setup. I might switch to fuel injection someday, but an old school Wien high-rise intake works. Let me tell you what, there's something to be said about carbureted. I know we don't do a lot of carbureted anything here on the channel, but that don't mean that shit won't skin your ass out there in the street. I mean, you cut up a couple stages of nitrous on there, go out there and you can no prep with it. You can drive it normally with a normal naturally. You know, there's a lot of positives to being a carbureted motor. You know, there's, you know, being a fuel injection, I know you got to deal with injectors and tuning and all that other stuff. But, I mean, you pretty much got to tune carburetors as well. You can't just throw some shit together and expect it to be really super efficient. You know, you got to, like, match the motor and intake and carburetor and such. So it's not just easy peasy like that. Anyways, we're almost an hour in. Like I said, I apologize for coming in late, guys. You know, we'll continue to sit here and talk for a little bit. You know, we pretty much went over, you know, some of the things that we plan to do with the coupe. Those plans haven't changed since the beginning. You know, the plans were to put the 363 with the bigger turbo and bigger turbo kit in it. You know, switching to the face-plated transmission in here. And the only thing we don't have right now done is the axle isn't built. So we have the axles, we have the rear brakes, strange brakes. You know, the only thing we're missing is the polish gears, the spool, and the rebuild kit in getting it braced up. So I'm just ready to drive mine again. But a badass 351, I'm always my dream. That's right. I love 9.5 deck. 9.5 deck motors. What kind of what are you running for a transmission? Power glide? No, we're a stick shift channel. Like all my cars are stick shift, Brad. Love the knowledge, and it would be awesome to see the videos. I appreciate that. I appreciate that too, Lamar. You know, it's just been, you know, it's that time of the year where people are getting ready to go back to school. You know what I mean? It's the summer's never really a big watch period for YouTube. I kind of hope YouTube changes a little bit. We've done quite a bit on Facebook. If you guys haven't been paying attention, quite a bit. We're going to start actually multi-streaming soon. I think I'm going to start inviting more people onto the channel, like my buddy Dan Watts. You guys seen him a couple times here in the channel. Or once, I should say. We got a whole list of stuff that we can kind of go back and forth on and talk some shit here on the channel. I think you guys will get some good use for it. Like we did we wrote some stuff down last week, like, you know, horsepower, torque difference, radials versus slicks, you know, TKX versus Magnum. What's the next best decision? Balancing a car, clutch adjustments. Yeah. Parts to upgrade as you gain horsepower. There's a lot of really good topics. I can shoot some shit with some other gearheads here in the genre that you guys would really enjoy. I think that's where we're kind of headed. Yeah, it's been a fast hour for sure. I have a rebuilt T5. 363 all the way, Damon. We like them man pedals, bruh. Yeah, I mean, we'll do an automatic. I do have a real nice C4 that my buddy Mustang Mike's got sitting in the corner of this shop. You know, some of my friends, it's me casa su casa. You know, if he's got something he wants to run, I got a couple stick shifts, whatever. Appreciate that, JC. Stick shift life. You've been active a lot on Facebook lately. Yeah, so we've been pushing a lot. So we've went up to almost 7,000 followers, or we're getting close to that. There's been really a strong push. I think Facebook business page is a real good place to kind of to cross plat with with YouTube. And the fact of the matter is I pay StreamYard a yearly subscription, and it's kind of nice because I can actually stream both at the same time. So we may try that very soon, see what we can, see if we can grow the brand. Because you know what, without you guys, it's not a channel. So, I appreciate everybody who just steps in, says hello, makes a comment, drops a like, or just watches. It all counts. All of it counts. You can do an auto on Cousin Paul's coupe, but I think you would be bored with an auto. Yeah, I'm going to always be a stick shift guy. So, I was super humbled with Tremick this year and McLeod. So, repping the brand is going to be it's been one of my main focuses this year, is kind of bringing Tremick kind of where we go with the no prep stuff. And I think they enjoy what they see. I think it's, racing's racing, and we're out there banging gears in the back half of tracks. It's going to be, it looks good. I think people see it. I think people understand it. I'm just hyped to show you all my last month's 93 Fox. It's coming slowly but surely. Hell yeah, man. I can't wait to see it, Lamar. Make sure we get some footage on it. Drag and Drive 2024. Me? No. I probably will never do a drag and drive. I'm not going to lie to you. I say that now, and I'll be pulling a trailer in 6 months. There's so much going on. I plan on making another strong push with stick shift next year. Hopefully I can get Tremick on board again to do the point series. I'm really trying to bring people from other states to come up and race with us on our point series. I mean, the races are far enough apart that, people like Gabe and people like my buddy Jesse Costa, or, Brian Prince, or some of the guys that we stick shift race randomly throughout the year in other states, is what I'm saying, is try to bring enough buzz to Ohio in our schedule to where I can get, we can have classes of 15 or 20 people at any given no prep race. And I think that would be really cool. I mean, no prep really gets kind of a bad rap for being called no prep. To be honest with you guys, a front half is like a street night at any given track, and it actually ends up being stickier than actually a prep track by the end of the night, because everybody's pouring traction compound. It's an 8th mile track, it's 8th mile races. So it's not really that dangerous, but everything's dangerous. You could drive down the street, it's dangerous. But back halves are definitely very tricky, because it's like you're actually racing on the street. So you could be, a 5.0 car on the front half of a sticky no prep and be a 6.0 car on the back half and still be competitive. You see what I mean? So it's the great equalizer. You see where the rear teal Fox is for sale. Is that for sale again? That's pretty cool. I can't afford a shifter, but man, they are bad, Tater. Yeah. I just need to move to Ohio. You guys are busy. Dude, we're busy. Listen, if this doesn't tell you anything, you guys already know how much we've raced this year, because I can tell by the crappy view count. No, I'm just kidding. It is what it is. So we had a race. What? We had a race the 5th, which was uncaged. We had a race the 12th, which is, what did we have before uncaged? I don't think we had anything before uncaged. I think Pacemakers was before uncaged, but I think that was like the 21st or something. So there was a week off. August 5th was Uncaged, which was a huge event. August 12th was yesterday, so we had the back half of Cunley Motorsports Park. We have a week off this week. The 26th, we have Magnolia front half for no prep. The 3rd, we have Lucky's with Money on the Pot front half. The 9th, we have the stoplight race. The 16th of September, 9th of September, stoplight race. 16th, it's ridiculous. Like, Ohio is busy. Busy. No Facebook, probably missing out on trying to find an 8.8. Do have a buddy looking for one. Okay. Did you set up the cage in this coupe? As I'm going to put one together with my Winter 84, not decided on the engine combo. So this is a Team Z cage, Brad. Team Z's Team Z hooked us up for the coupe this year on a 10-point chrome molly. Highly suggest having somebody put it in for you. It's a really, actually, the cage fits really well for just being a drop-in kit. And I've actually visited Team Z and seen all their jigs for all their cars. They literally go through every kit they sell to make sure the fitment's right. So if you're going to consider getting, if you guys are going to consider getting anything Team Z, just be sure that you just know that quality control is like number one on their list, and all their shit is just absolute the best that you can get for what you need to get. So I wouldn't have bought my 87 without your encouragement and enthusiasm. I appreciate that, Scott. I hope it works out for you. If you need any questions, just hit me up in these chats. You are right. What did he say? Just need to move on. Have you ever thought of mini tubs on any of your cars? I have, but we're not really there yet. I don't think we've needed them. I mean, we just run small tire. We don't ever run big tire, so I can get away with what I got. Well, you and Billy and Tommy are always racing somewhere close by and with tons of good action. Yeah, they definitely, Billy and Tommy are they're doing really well, and they've always done really well. Very good racers, very good channel, very good content to follow. I always enjoy watching, in Old Man Garage stuff too. The good stuff, good people. I've got one stick shift out of 4 vehicles, and I love driving it. Hell yeah. Indiana and Tennessee are busy too. Yeah, so if you're looking to do some like no prep, upstate New York's got a lot of stuff going on. I got a couple buddies of mine that run that program up there. And of course, you got D-Team and Stripper Glitter that do everything in Ohio and some other tracks too outside of the state. Indiana's definitely busy. Tennessee's definitely got a few things going on. Carolina's got a few things going on. But there's really nothing in PA that I know of outside of Lucky's, which is like right down the street from us here in the corner. I mean, it's kind of spread hit or miss all over the place, but Ohio's definitely got a ton of shit going on. Between Ohio, I forgot about Kentucky. Kentucky, Tennessee, that whole line right there. Between Ohio, Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, and the Carolinas, you could race every weekend. Every weekend, you could race twice a week if one was one and one was the other. I plan on coming south at least once this year. I'm not gonna lie to you, Gabe. I'd like to do a no prep in the south. Maybe something that I plan. Something down in Alabama, Florida. Maybe something that's going on down there off season for us here. When it's freaking snowing and 30 degrees, I can go down to some good weather and shake the car down, have a little bit of fun. Maybe win some money, maybe not. Beaver Springs is the airport. That's in West Virginia. And Maple Grove. Maple Grove doesn't really have anything no prep because I got my buddy Hanlon Motorsports that tells me that there's not really much on the western side of PA at all. So almost had me. I see that, Joe. I see you. I'd like to see some of that no prep coming to Canada. Well, I mean, we got it all organized down here. Bring it on, you can come on down and race with us down here in Ohio and Michigan. I think Michigan's got a handful of stuff too going on. Michigan, I had to take that. I apologize. Apologize to Michigan. They do have quite a few things going on up there. my buddy Tyler Garlock's there up in Michigan. He goes to, matter of fact, I think there's a no prep in Michigan the 19th. I think there's one coming up this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I'm always promoting that shit on Facebook. So, you know, if a flyer comes up that's got stick shift in it, especially if it's got big money on the pot, even on small tire, I'm always promoting. You know, it's always good to share the banner or whatever. We had Turbo John's backwards brawl back in January. It was crazy. Yeah, I remember seeing that on YouTube. It was crazy. Oh, shit. Where did that go? Hang on 1 second, guys. I don't know why that doesn't star. So, anyways, got a couple more minutes and then we're going to get off here on the channel. I'm just super glad that I got a chance to see you guys tonight. Sometimes I get unmotivated to do shit, and, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to church it up right here. I mean, all day we sat there. You know, I didn't get in until 3 o'clock in the morning, got like 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. You know, got up super unmotivated. I knew I had to shoot at least one video, maybe even two. And it was, you know, getting this Coupe home. And, you know, I always like to cheat and bring the things over here on the channel that we're bringing up for the video, put it on live stream. But you guys, you know, the motivation to bring content to the channel and get my ass over here and live stream for you, even if it's an hour late. You know, it's why I do it. I do it for, you know, you guys. You know, you know, I do it because I love Foxbodies and I love, you know, answering questions, and I appreciate where you guys appreciate the confidence you guys have in us on the channel, man. I can't thank you guys enough. So with no prep, what are the laws on the street races? There's no prep is at tracks for the most part, like the ones that we do, the schedule and stuff. Nice seeing you, Tatter. I appreciate that. Thanks for all the content. Super appreciate you and appreciate that. Thanks, Roy. I appreciate you, man. Later, Bama. So, guys, if it's one thing that on the channel you definitely want to need to try to balance is, you know, family, money, and time. And it just always seems like I don't have enough time or money when I don't spend enough time on my family. Guys, that's going to be the hardest part. You got to stay motivated to get your shit off your jack stands. I got a black GT turbo out here right now. It's missing a turbo. That motor needs to come out and go on my coupe. I understand that, but it's going to take some time. And I got really good. We got a 78, 75 billet wheel on 3 turbo here in the box that I'm super excited to see what it would do on the, you know, on the 363 kit. So we'll do a little bit of content on that so I can drive my black car until the 363 is ready to go in the coupe, which will be for a little while, but we got the 387 going on. But there's a lot of shit going on the channel. I appreciate all you guys that keep me motivated to bring content to the channel. You know, just keep giving me some, you know, you just keep giving me some motivation to do it, man. SN95 Garage, where is the no prep on and over? Okay. But what we got coming on the channel this week, we got the race from this past weekend. I think you guys are going to enjoy. There's a lot of funny moments in that. We had a good time at the track. Give you guys sort of an experience of what we do. We got the coupe coming home. We actually have another video of the black cars getting put back on the street with the cheaper budget turbo. I think we're going to go ahead and sell the new turbo and get a bigger one or whatever. But we got a lot of shit, man. I mean, it's just trying to, we got a week off this week. So the top end of the white car is actually getting tore apart. We're going to be redoing the cylinder heads. We're going to be checking for bent valve, checking the seats, checking the springs once again on all of them this time. And just kind of just going through the heads in general. It's been 3 years. The spring rate that we checked the other video was okay, but the car's falling on its face at 6,000, and I can't have that because I need that 6,000 to 7,000 range to be competitive or whatever. But I think if we do it now, get them rebuilt, and the car lasts the rest of the season, which I'm fully aware it will, then, you know, we'll put it away and, you know, we'll focus on getting the coupe out for next year. Thank you, Dan, for all you do, man. I appreciate you stopping in, bro. I appreciate that, Lamar. We do have his engine. We're going to be finishing up, but again, when I sold the engine, it really wasn't. It was in usable shape, but it wasn't in neo usable shape. So we're not gonna hand them engine up that we're questioning. So what's up, Matt? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for the content here, Facebook and Insta. Yeah, man. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram or Facebook, we've been doing a lot of stuff on those, especially Facebook. We're putting a lot of content up that we don't see here on YouTube. So not easy managing two families. We appreciate your hard work, man. I appreciate that, dude. What keeps you motivated in the downtime? Like, what do you mean? What keeps you motivated in the downtime? I have no downtime. I appreciate that, Roy. Thank you so much. 550s or better. That's the goal. Sitting behind me. 550s at 134, 135. That's where we're at. I'm being realistic. You know what I mean? I want to be realistic. My buddies, some of my buddies are freaking blowing that out of the water right now. My buddy Brian Crane and Corey Binks. Them guys are going like 520s, 5 teens or whatever. It's just insane on how fast those guys are going. You mean upgrade season? I'm telling you what, man. We get to that point, SN. We're gonna get to that point to where we're gonna go south, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna go to a couple races in the south during the winter. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not going fucking, excuse my French. I'm not going 4 months without racing. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Hell to the nah. We will drive. We will drive and we will bring it to YouTube. Timmy 2 Wires, man. I appreciate the $20 super sticker for the channel, man. Thanks for donating and helping us support the channel. Helps us to go and bring content to you guys. Super appreciate that. So give it a couple more minutes, about 3 more minutes, and then we'll get off this live stream. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not looking forward to tearing that top end of that white car apart. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Well, shit's been broke for like 2 months and it's starting to creep on me. It's starting to get to the point to where I'm being limited, being able to turn it up. I was able to turn it up more and more. Like Jackson, it wasn't too bad. I was able to turn it up, run 90s out the back, but I'm not looking forward to doing it because it's just like I'm just nervous that something else is going to come up. Then it's going to put me out of the race season for a few weeks or more. Great job keeping the content coming. I know it's been some for sure, man. I appreciate that, Gabe. And you keep letting us know where you guys race at, man. I think you should, bro. For sure. The Reef 93 is going to be badass and refreshed. Yes, sir. Yeah, sure will. You see me getting drive mine the first time today? Yes. So I didn't get a chance to check your message out, but I seen you getting close. Completely off topic, but what branch of military were you, Neo? Top notch respect. Yeah. So we were in the Army. And we were into the National Guard after. So we were in the service about 14 years. Mostly National Guard stuff. We were in college. We finished college with that in mind. We were going to actually, go to active, back to act, whatever. But decided to run this Neo Mustang shit. And we got out with an honorable discharge and decided to build a family, build a brand. And that was many years ago. Appreciate everybody who has served. So, and if you're a first line leader in anything, if you're a first responder, medic, ambulance, appreciate all you guys. Police, appreciate all you guys. Go see the family, better check in before. I appreciate that, Timmy. Hopefully not much damage, just a gasket. So I don't think it's any damage at all. It's just, I know we got to check our headers on our turbo kit. I know there's a couple that need to be fixed. There's a couple of cracks that I've noticed. Nothing serious, but I can hear them. So we're going to go through them really good. It'll give us a chance to make the push for the end of the season. to be competitive for sure. But I wanted to make a big shout out to Brock McDevitt once again for the $20 super sticker. My man Matt Bishop, Ford Matt 77, $20 super chat, and my man Timmy Two Wires for the $20 super sticker. Appreciate you guys for supporting the channel tonight. Definitely. You know what? Next week I'll have some banners for you guys. I'm gonna give away some banners next week. Some more banners. I'm gonna get a hold of some of the other companies that you see here on the wall. Try to get some more cool banners, to give out to you guys to deck out your garage. So whatever. I got a email from Jim or Willie. He won a couple of the banners from here on the channel. They're sitting right there front and center of his garage. So that's really cool to see that for sure. But we also might have a special guest next week. I'll probably bring somebody in. I know I do want to do a live stream with the McBrides, Stevie and Stevie Jr., or at least Stevie Sr., to talk about some of the shit that we have going on here. Super, super knowledgeable chassis fabricator. You can hammer him with some questions on, you might have for your Foxbody. He's been a Foxbody Thunderbird guy for many years, so he knows the chassis super well. And that's obviously the reason why the car sits behind me with his work in it. So I definitely want to consider doing a chat if you guys would like to see that on the channel. Bring him on the channel. Bring my buddy Dan Watts back on the channel. Maybe bring another special guest in as well. Talk some more shit. I don't know. You guys probably enjoy it. I enjoy having a guest sitting next to me here. So, it makes it more engaging, I think, instead of having them in a window. But either way, it's cool. Anyway, that's about all I got for tonight, guys. I want to tell you that if you're staring at your car, the shit's on the jack stands, do what you can do to get that shit off the jack stands. This car behind me, it drives me nuts just seeing it in the current form it is. So we're going to take one day at a time to try to get nut and bolt that thing back together. Got a lot of body panels to hang up on it. Black car's been in op for a week now, and I'm pissed. I haven't had the time, but we are going to make the time on top of tearing the top of the. So we're bringing the black car back to the street, and we're disabling the white car. It just never ends. It never ends. But stay motivated, guys. I appreciate you guys for following here on the channel, and I enjoy enjoy the live streams that I have with you guys. So I appreciate that, Damon. No problem. I appreciate your time. So, big shout out to my sponsors, Tremick, McLeod, Stiflers, Team Z, Viking. Thank you guys for what you do for us here on the channel. Big shout out to the guys in green. You are my channel members for supporting the channel every month. If you guys want to check that out, it's the subscribe button next to the subscribe button below on all my videos. But guys, get your shit out the jack stands. I know what you're staring at. I want you guys to get your car fixed, drive your car, do some Instagram posts, do some Facebook posts, enjoy your car. That's what it's all about. Instead of it being an expensive shelf where you store all your kids' toys on, like my black car was for many years before I owned it. Do what you can do. Do what you can do to get it back off the stands. I mean, sometimes it's back orders, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's time. To me, it's time. Right now, it's just time's just not there, especially with football season starting. So definitely, you get your car off your jack stands. Tag me in some Instagram pictures, say, hey, we got the shit off the jack stand, Neil. I'll be super appreciative of it. But guys, got 3 videos coming up this week, plus another live stream next week. We'll have some shit to give away next week. I'll probably have a special guest. It'll be pretty fire. I think you guys will enjoy it. But I'm going to go ahead and get off for tonight. Thank you so much for coming in late and joining me on the live stream. It was kind of neat, though, to do a little bit of a later night live stream instead of doing an 8 o'clock one. I can, some of the folks do struggle to get to some of my live chats that are from the West Coast. So at least they probably have a chance to come in and talk some shit with me. So guys, I appreciate everybody. Thank you and have a good night.